All right, so it seems to be that a lot of people in this group, I guess a lot of AR owners, aren't aware of the whole trimming your gas tube, why you do it, and how to do it. So it's pretty easy, but we'll start with, why are we trimming a gas tube? Well, if you see how far that your gas tube sits in here, right? You got all that distance sitting inside of your gas key. Now what that does is when the pressure goes in, and it's efficient, right? But the issue is that it's going to cause your bolt carrier group to push back faster in a quick jolt and basically slam into the back of your buffer tube, with the buffer increasing felt recoil. Whereas if you have it just kind of slider in here, it lets the pressure inside of your gas key gradually build up, and then as it starts moving, once it hits peak, it's going to break that seal, release a bunch of gas. So you'll still get the same amount of gas in the system, but it's going to relieve that pressure faster, causing a slower, smoother cycle of the bolt. So essentially, first, how do you want to do this, right? Because if you trim too far, you can't go back, and you definitely don't want this to happen where your gas key doesn't meet your gas tube. That would be pretty bad. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to stick that in, and we're going to take a piece of painter's tape, whatever, and you're going to mark that. Doesn't have to be perfect, just trying to get a little bit of a line. See, so that's where it starts. Now, what I typically do right off the bat is try to go at least 50% of the way, because remember, as you go, you can essentially always cut more, but you can't cut less. But even just eyeballing a good 50, so right about there, is a good starting point. You will see some changes in performance, and then you can decide if you need to fine tune it any more or less. So now that we got our 50% there, what you're going to do is you're going to take these cool little pipe cutter things that I got and try to line that up there. So you don't want to use like clippers. You can use a Dremel if you want. Dremel will work. If you're really careful with a hacksaw, you can do it, but you definitely don't want to crush the tube, because reshaping it is going to be a bit of a problem. So like I said, I got this cool old school little pipe cutter kind of deal. So what I do is I line it up with that, and I tell people to stop being fucking idiots. Nobody is trimming their gas tube. Just fucking, yeah, you haven't heard of it. You haven't seen it on Google because it's not a fucking thing. Yeah, so thanks for coming to the talk, and fucking stay out there and keep doing that amazing shit you guys do.